Hi guys, this is Michelle at My Everyday Wife Life, and this is week 1 of the Healthy Habits Challenge. I posted a video last week. If you have not watched that, go on over to that video and it will tell you about this Healthy Habits Challenge. So this is week 1 of the Healthy Habits Challenge, and today I'm going to talk to you about 10 clean eating baby steps to healthier habits. Okay, and first, before we get to that, I am going to clean out my fridge because you can see it is gotten quite a mess, and I'm going to clean it out and go to the grocery store. But I wanted to tell you that I'm going to be posting a video every Tuesday for the month of August, and joining me is Laura from Lifestyle of Laura. You may have remembered last year, I think it was July, Laura and some other lovely ladies joined me in a clean eating challenge. She is going to join me again, and we'll be posting videos every Tuesday in the month of August. I also will go ahead and put down below in the description a link to that clean eating challenge from last year, along with links to other clean eating resources. There's a ton of information in the description, you guys. Check it out. Okay, now that my fridge is clean, I can talk about baby step number 1, and that would be to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Hubby and I eat mostly from the fridge. We don't really eat from the pantry too much. A little bit. You'll see in a minute what is in my pantry. But I would stock up your fridge with fresh fruits and vegetables. Of course, cheeses and eggs and that kind of thing is great too, obviously. But it's good to eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. And try to eat your vegetables raw if you can. It is better for you and healthier for you, and it has more vitamins in it. So I will be going to the store and taking you along with me and stocking up my fridge with more fruits and vegetables. Okay, now I'm going to take you over to the pantry so I can show you what I normally have stocked in there. So number 2 baby step would be to limit your processed foods. So it is best to limit processed foods because they have a lot of junk in there. I'll be talking about that later when we're talking about reading labels. So in my pantry, I do keep some canned foods, which is fine. It's just fresh is best. Frozen is second best, and canned food is third best. So buy what you can afford and buy what you can do, what works for you. So I do have some canned vegetables and of course canned fruits and beans and garbanzo beans and items like that because one, we live in Florida and it's hurricane season right now, and I do keep some canned goods in stock for that. But I also like to keep things like quinoa, and I do like to keep the seeds of change rice that you can just rip open and heat up, and that is good for hurricane, but it isn't great. It's okay. It's better than most packaged foods, but it's not great. It has a lot of sodium. So I also have plain bagged rice that I cook fresh. Rather ditch the minute rice, guys. Ditch it. It is not good for you. Yeah. So I also have taco shells in here for hubby, and then these are my go-to chips that I use for Taco Tuesday for myself when I make a taco salad. It is organic chips, and you can see it has wonderful, great ingredients in it. So I think that processed food is pretty good. I don't mind buying something like that, and I buy granola for to munch on every once in a while. And I also have gluten-free granola bars that I can throw in my purse. I like these kind bars just in case I need them when I am running an errand, and so I don't stop at some place like McDonald's. So there's that. Okay, I have some oatmeal here that I keep stocked up in my pantry, and I also have some gluten-free pancake mix and some, how do you say that word, muesli. I also have some oatmeal, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the oatmeal for a second. So buy the old-fashioned oatmeal. Do not buy the quick oats. I mistakenly bought the quick oats by mistake because it was on sale and I grabbed it and I didn't realize it was the quick oats. So do you know what they do with the quick oats to make it quick? And it's not that quick, y'all. I mean, the old-fashioned is just as quick. I'll tell you about that in a second. So they take the quick oats and they cook it, and then they dehydrate it, and then they put it in the container. Yeah, so, then you're going to cook it again, and you're depleting some of the vitamins that by, cooking, dehydrating, and yeah, just buy the regular oats. The regular oats take a minute and a half. The quick oats take a minute. Spend the extra time and buy the quick oats. And by the way, the little individual containers of instant oatmeal, don't buy that either. Just buy the regular oats. Add your own blueberries and add your own whatever things you want to put on top of it. Okay, hubby has his own snacks in here, and then I have organic peanut butter, which doesn't have any sugar in it. I suggest buying that and trying it. It is really good, and after a while you won't notice the difference. And I also have some almond butter, and I have some coconut oil, regular oil, ketchup, and barbecue sauce. And those are hubby's ramen noodles. We won't be talking about that. And it looks like I need to stock up on some vegetable broth. And there's hubby's cereals and, of course, our coffee. So you can see I don't have a whole lot down the bottom. There is paper plates, Ziploc bags. And so you can see I don't really have that much in there. All right, now to the grocery store to stock up my fridge and pantry. So number 3 would be to read the labels carefully. There are many ingredients in there that are not healthy for you. Now, a good source for learning how to read your labels would be Bobby at Flav City. I will put a link to his channel below. He does what's called clean keto, and he has some really great advice and tips and tells you what to buy from stores like Aldi and whatnot, and tells you how to read labels and talks about why things are good and why they're bad and all those things. So for instance, like yogurt. So don't buy the Yoplait yogurt. Buy something like Fage plain yogurt that doesn't have any added sugar or added fruit. And then you add your own fruit and you can put a drizzle of honey on that. Chobani is another good brand for yogurt, and again, buy the plain yogurt. It is way better for you. Also, the rule of thumb for reading labels is if it has 5 or more ingredients, it may not be good for you. Also, if you cannot pronounce the ingredients, it's probably not good for you either, and just put it back on the shelf. So I would suggest buying block cheese rather than shredded cheese because it has a lot of unnecessary ingredients, and honestly, the block cheese tastes way better. I buy the block cheese and shred it myself. Okay, number 4, buy non-processed meats. Now, I like to buy a lot of organic meats, but you don't have to buy organic in order to eat clean. You can just buy regular meats, but buy plain raw meats rather than processed meats that has added soy, sugar, salt, sodium. So, for instance, I used to buy the pork tenderloin. Not that that would be the best choice for fresh meats. I don't know. Pork, I have an opinion about that. But I used to buy like the Smithfield, that pork tenderloin that had a ton of soy and all kinds of stuff in it. And now I just buy a plain pork loin, raw pork loin, season it myself, add my own spices and oils and whatnot, and it's way better that way. Okay, baby step number 5, buy whole wheat bread. Guys, ditch the white bread. Throw it in the trash. You will thank me later. So you will be surprised what they do to wheat flour to turn it into white flour. They take out the millet, the bran, the wheat germ, and I think there's a couple of things that I don't remember. I will try to link an article down below if I can find that for you so you can read about it. So what you want to look for is whole wheat bread. Now, Dave's Killer Bread is what I would recommend. There's also Arnold's Organic Bread, which is new to me. I used to buy Arnold's regular bread, but they now have an organic and it's really good. I've had some, even though I shouldn't be eating it, because even the whole wheat bread bothers me because it has gluten in it. And one other side note, guys, just because it's gluten-free does not make it healthy. As a matter of fact, a lot of gluten-free products are horrible. So don't buy them unless you really need to be gluten-free. And I don't even buy a lot of gluten-free products because of that, because they're highly processed. So you can see here, you see that? Whole wheat flour. Buy that kind of bread. Now I'll show you one here in a minute. Okay, see this Nature's Own bread? See how it says 100% wheat, 100% whole wheat, whole grain? That is what you want. You don't want something that says honey wheat because it may not be 100%. So the first ingredient here is enriched flour. Now it does say wheat flour, but that really means white flour. So there's that. So guys, I found this Dave's Killer's bread buns. I've never seen this before, so this is new to me. I'm going to try this out and see if hubby likes this for his hamburgers, because usually I do buy white bread for his hamburgers because that's what he likes. I'm going to see if I could get him to switch over to this. Okay, baby step number 6 would be to eat 75% clean. If you have not watched the video that I mentioned last week from Danny at Clean and Delicious, she explains what clean eating is, and she talks about eating 75% clean. You should go watch that. The link to that video will be in the description. So the tips for that is to shop the perimeter of the store. I'm sure you've heard that because all of the good things are on the perimeter of the store. In the middle of the store is all the junky stuff. So try to avoid going up and down the aisles and shop mostly around the perimeter of the store. Another tip I have for shopping at the grocery store is to put all of your healthy stuff in the main compartment of the cart, and up at the top where you would put your child, I would put all the processed food there, and that will limit the amount of processed food you have. You can only put so much in the front part of the cart. Okay, number 7 would be to allow yourself a daily treat. Yes, a daily treat. I allow myself a daily treat. I try to make it a healthy treat, but I don't always. I really love this Talante gelato ice cream, but I am trying to not eat dairy, so I am going to try to cut back on that. This one is for hubby, and actually, see, it's only a pint, and it takes us a week or 2 to go through it. We only have a little couple spoonfuls, every once in a while, and I think that's fine. Okay, I am back from the grocery store, and I put everything away in my fridge, and I'm just going to give you a little tour here. Okay, I have some milk here for hubby. He likes that for his cereal. And I have some lemons and limes already cut up for my water for the drink. And I have some cage-free eggs. I never buy those, but that was all they had left. I think from the hurricane, people had just bought a ton of stuff at the store recently. And I have the yogurt and the cottage cheese in there for hubby. I'm trying to avoid dairy when I can. I have fruit. And something I want to work on is lessening these condiments for sure. But this avocado oil mayonnaise, that is really something good that I recommend. Not so sure about the rest of these condiments. But hey, what did I say? 75% clean, right? Balsamic vinegar would be a good thing to put on your salad. So I have all of my salad fixins in one drawer, lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, olives, that kind of thing. And in here I have salsa, and I have sour cream, and I have some vegan cream cheese, which I highly recommend. It is made from cashews. So I'm trying to avoid dairy. You don't have to avoid dairy to eat clean. Dairy's fine. I'm just trying to avoid it, and I really recommend that cream cheese. It is yummy. And this drawer is where I keep my meats and cheeses, and in the bottom drawer is where I keep all of my vegetables so I can see them at a glance like this. I have an overabundance of avocados there. I'm going to make guacamole tonight for dinner, and I like to keep Kerry Bowl butter up here. That is a really good butter to buy. It is made from grass-fed cows. So I also have some kombucha in there, which is really good for healing your gut. I don't know if you've heard of leaky gut syndrome, so look that up. I have some juice. I do plan on juicing, but for now I'm going to buy already made juice. And I like this almond milk because all it has in there is water and almond milk. It is kind of expensive, but I don't know. It's worth it to me. And I do have some of the Simply watermelon juice. Now you notice it says all natural. I guess it is because it has sugar in it. Sugar is natural, but yeah, when they put all natural, it makes you think it's healthy, but it's not. So I just put a splash of that in my ice water sometimes, and I have some cilantro here and some of this herb goddess dressing. That is a really good dressing to buy. I need to learn how to make my own dressings because this stuff is kind of expensive, but it has really good ingredients. I recommend that. Hey, I'm going to show you my freezer real quick. It is not that interesting. So I've shown it to you before. I just have some ribs in here for hubby and some steaks. I don't really eat that too much. I eat mostly chicken, so I have a bunch of chicken in there, and there's those yummy treats I was talking about earlier in my gluten-free bed. I will show you that recipe for that in another video. Okay, number 8 is to avoid vegetable oils and spreads like margarine. Yeah, throw that in the trash. That is not good for you. And I recommend using real butter. I also recommend using Kerrygold butter, but you don't have to use that. That is kind of expensive butter, but just don't use margarine. You can use coconut oil, avocado oil, and of course, I'm sure you've heard that olive oil is better for you. I also add a lot of spices to my food. It makes it yummier and tastier. And I used to only add just a little bit of spices, and now I add a lot more. And of course, I use salt and pepper and garlic, and my go-to is lemon pepper seasoning. And I try not to buy the more processed seasonings such as taco seasoning. Instead, I make my own by adding cumin and chili pepper or chili powder and making my own. So I do that kind of seasoning. Okay, and my final baby step, number 10, would be to have fun with your food. So lately, I've been making hubby and I these little food boards. I don't know if you want to call it a charcuterie board because it's really not. But I use these little ramekin dishes, and that is a great thing to use for portion control. And I really like using them. It makes fun. It makes it fun, putting something in each one of the little dishes and just using the cutting board as a serving tray. Hubby and I have been really liking it for our lunches, and you can see there's a lot of healthy food there. I know I gave you a lot of information here and it's a lot to absorb. So there is a link down below to a similar article that talks about 11 ways to eat clean. It is similar to the 10 baby steps that I just gave you. So click the link below if you want some more information. Okay, guys, I want you to comment below if you have any questions for me as far as clean eating goes. I have been getting a lot of questions about gluten and some questions about what are my go-to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I will try to address those in another video. So put your comments down below, and don't forget to check out Laura's video when you're done watching my video. Her link will be down in the description, and her channel link will also be at the end screen. There'll be a little circle with a picture of her in it. All you have to do is click it. And until next time, guys, enjoy your day. One more thing, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to go on over to the Clean Eating Facebook page group, and the link will be down in the description. I'll see you there.